Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Overnight, we ended up getting a brand new update in Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2 that fixed some pretty big things, to say the least, a big stability update, if you will. We've also now got even more confirmed updates and confirmed changes coming to the game here in the very near future, likely before Season 1 Reloaded, which is dropping on the 14th, as we talked about earlier on this week. So let's start first with what actually is officially changed in-game now per the overnight update. Keep in mind, this patch was not a title update or anything major like that. This was just your standard like hotfix update or playlist update, if you will. So if you go to jump onto the game next and you haven't played since last night, you might get the whole update requires restart screen. You might not. It seems kind of random. Personally, I didn't have to, but it might be different for you if you're on a different platform or whatever the case may be. The update did get pushed live across all platforms, but it was specifically meant to fix things on PC. Mainly, it seemed like. This is actually stemming from Beanox over on Twitter. Beanox does help develop the PC version of the game, and a few days ago they actually tweeted out saying, hey everyone, while the team continues to work hard on improving the game on PC, keep the feedback coming. We're always paying attention to your comments with, you know, the dev errors, the crash logs, all sorts of stuff like that. And then overnight they followed that up by saying, we've just released an update that fixes an issue causing multiple crashes on PC. This also fixed an issue that resulted in in-game dropping FPS for a moment when mousing over a locked operator. So on the menu, you might have noticed some frame dips when you were in that operator screen. That should no longer exist. The bigger of these two updates, though, the main important one here that is very solid to hear, especially for PC players, is that this update fixed multiple crashing issues. There's a catch, though. This update fixed some of those crashing issues, but not every crashing issue. There is still a lot of stability problems with the game even after this update. I mean, if you go and look at the comments over on that Beanox tweet, there's still several replies saying, hey, you know, just a heads up, downloaded the update, still crashing here and there, still getting some dev errors here and there. However, it does fix some of the crashing problems at the least. There were a lot of in-game specific crashing errors, whether it was with a bomb drone, whether it was with, an airstrike hitting certain places. All sorts of random stuff could crash your game at any given time. You could even crash on the menu and you were just there minding your own business in your loadout, right? The unfortunate part of this update, and I really want to stress that I hope this improves between whether it's Beanox tweeting, whether it's Raven tweeting, whether it's Infinity Ward tweeting or posting patch notes, whatever the case may be, is that we have actual specifics here so that we know what to look out for in game. They say they fixed multiple crashes on PC, but they don't tell us which crashes were actually solved. So if you're someone who consistently had crashes, if you were in your menu but not, in game, you don't know if that solves it until you boot up the game and try for yourself. It's a lot easier if they just say, we fixed an issue causing crashing on the menu in your loadout, or we fixed an issue causing crashing if you went through, this glass window with an airstrike in your hand, whatever the exact cause may be. So I really hope the communication starts to get more in-depth, more transparent, and more detailed as we go on. But regardless, we do finally have a new stability update in game, primarily focusing on PC, and this should help improve the overall quality of life and stability going forward. We're gonna have plenty of other stability updates coming up, and I imagine here with Season 1 Reloaded, we're gonna see a lot of stability fixes implemented across PC and console. And also, it should be obvious, but this update specifically targets those PC crashes. If you're still seeing some game crashes or some game errors on console, PlayStation, Xbox, doesn't really matter there. Nothing specifically was addressed with this update in particular. Again, though, we should see more updates to address that here in the near future, whether that's in smaller hot fixes later on this week or ultimately with Season 1 Reloaded here in a couple weeks time. Whenever we do see some new updates, patch notes, little tweets here and there, you guys already know I got you covered with that stuff every single day, alongside all other things going on in COD too. Loadouts, class setups, tips, leaks, you name it, you're gonna find it right here. So if you're new or if you're a part of that 60% of viewers watching who have not already subscribed, feel free to hit that sub button, turn on those post notifications. We're around 5,000 subscribers away from hitting 900,000, so it'd be insane if we could hit that milestone this week. Really do appreciate all the support and all the love on the channel so far. Also, if you guys enjoyed this video, if you find it helpful, keeping you up to date with all the new changes, let me know by dropping a like on it as well. Let's try and aim for 3,000 likes on this one. In addition to last night's stability update, though, we've also got some new communication from Infinity Ward and Raven on some other big updates and big fixes coming here very soon. So, as I'm sure most of you guys know, with the launch of Season 1, we were supposed to see the CDL Mosh Pit go live, which is all these CDL rule sets in effect in a public playlist, so you could basically prep for ranked play, which is coming in early 2023. However, that mode was ultimately delayed because Treyarch, who manages all of the competitive things for Modern Warfare 2 here, yes, you heard that right, Treyarch is working on this game on the multiplayer aspect, specifically for the CDL and competitive side of things. They said just before launch that they ran into issues with that, so they couldn't launch it on time, and we really haven't heard much since. Overnight, we also saw a new update from Treyarch, though, saying, "We updated our CDL Mosh Pit Trello card to include today's notes that we're currently testing fixes and also performing some additional tests. We hope to have some updates soon. Larger updates will be shared via Treyarch in the future." And, well, it turns out soon actually means, well, today. Yeah, CDL Mosh Pit is now live in Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer as one of the main featured playlists. Kind of odd that they gave us that update overnight and then it ended up launching the next morning. But yeah, if you're looking to play MW2 in a bit more of a competitive setting, obviously skill-based matchmaking is still going to be in play here just like it is in normal games, but you have the competitive rule set with different, modes, different maps only in play specifically for this. That is now available. We don't know if it's going to be something that's always live, if it's an LTM for maybe the next 2 or 3 weeks. We'll have to wait and see for that, but CDL Mosh Pit is officially here. The remainder of these new updates and these new changes that are coming stem from the Trello boards, which have been updated by Infinity Ward and Raven over the past few days. So we got several new issues for Warzone 2 specifically. There's a glitch going on with the airstrike kill streak. They're investigating an issue where attempting to use the airstrike kill streak just as the player finishes reloading will cause your entire HUD to disappear for the remainder of the game. So it's like you're playing hardcore. You get no information on your minimap, on your ammo count, on anything, your teammates' health. Nothing like that. So they are aware of that issue. I imagine that one is relatively easy to fix. Keep in mind, I'm incredibly ignorant to game dev, so I could be very wrong there, but they are aware of the HUD disappearing when you use the airstrike, so that should be fixed here pretty soon. They're also investigating an issue with the nuke. I'm sure you guys have seen several different creators and streamers going for the nuke that requires you to win 5 games in a row and then complete all the nuke challenges in one match to actually nuke the entire lobby. And they are investigating an issue causing players to get stuck when attempting to activate the nuke that'll actually basically crash the game and ruin the game entirely. So that's a huge problem because that is probably the most difficult challenge in all of Warzone history right now. And there's a lot of issues with crashing and freezing going on when attempting that actual nuke game where you have all those specific challenges. They've also updated a new issue for DMZ with the radiation blocker. They are investigating an issue where using a radiation blocker and plating at the same time is going to disable the ability to interact throughout an entire match. So that's something you definitely want to be aware of if you're using a radiation blocker. Do not use that while you're plating because it will literally ruin your ability to do basically anything for the rest of the game. Interacting, obviously, you need to have that feature as you're playing DMZ. So definitely be mindful of that if you're dropping in and trying to, level up your factions or whatever the case may be there. Then on the multiplayer side of things, Infinity Ward has actually updated their Trello in a different way, archiving some of the issues that were there, meaning that some fixes for these are already live that might not have been included in some initial patch notes here. They archived the pings being disabled in multiplayer, so now everyone should be able to ping in multiplayer controller or PC so you can spread that information to your teammates. They've also archived the CDL settings in private matches being disabled. That's been fixed for a bit now. And they archived the issue where Xbox players couldn't play in a party larger than 3. So you shouldn't have to deal with that issue any longer. Either you should be able to, party up with as many people as you want and jump into some action between ground war and 6v6. All that being said, though, those are all the new changes that came to Modern Warfare 2, DMZ, and Warzone 2 via the new stability update, some changes that have been implemented over the past few days, and what we know is going to be changed or fixed or updated here in the near future as well. As I mentioned earlier, if you guys want to stay up to date with the latest news and updates being introduced basically every single week right now, if you guys want to stay up to date with the leaks, the best class setups, loadouts, tips, I got you covered with all of it every single day. So feel free to hit that subscribe button and turn on those post notifications. And if you guys enjoyed this video, let me know by dropping a like on it as well. As always, if you want to check out any of my partners, be sure to use code IMMORTAL for a discount on all Scuff, G Fuel, Gamer Advantage, and Control Freak products. The links for all those can be found down below. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.